What is good, ladies and gents? Hope that you are all doing well and everything is bright and sunny for you. After the rude little bit of my camera deciding to run out of battery, it said I had 7%, and then when I tried to turn it on, when I tried to turn it on, it basically wouldn't turn back on. So that was the end of that one. So I've had a number of comments about what the fuck is that little note thing that I put on my plants and in the garden. Well, all I can really say is it's got my email address on it, and the rest of its content I don't really want to give away what it says on it. It's fairly lengthy, and it's addressed to whoever finds my plants or the landowner. Nothing threatening or anything like that, just some words, and hopefully it'll give me the heads up for one thing as to whether anyone's found them, and who it is found by, because I'm sure if I get some mockingness, I can fairly say that it's not the landowner, but we thought we'd try something at least. So anyway, I won't show you what they are, so I don't want to give people ideas, but anyway, so well, what a wonderful day. What a wonderful day to come out for a walk. The sun is shining, there's a nice breeze, which is hopefully strong enough to fuck off any horseflies, because those guys are fucking wankers, and they really, really fucking hurt. And I still got like bites on my arm where they're still recovering from being bit, because they have a tendency to open your skin up quite nicely. They're just flying cunts, basically. I'll see how we get on walking down here now. It's, in these fields is just fucking horsefly central. So everything seems to be going well. The gardens are coming along nicely. I was having a little look back through my videos, because one of the many reasons why I've decided to put the videos up is so I can look back and see shit that I did wrong, where plants were at certain stages, and roughly I'm at about the same-ish stage as I think it's 2018, where I abandoned the gardens and then came back, and it was a bit of a surprise for me with some of the plants. So I'm roughly at about that stage. They've certainly had more care than I've given them before, because I basically just abandoned them last time and left them to grow. So I've had a dose of CalMag, I've had a dose of feed so far, put more slug pellets down there, so hopefully that will prevent any more nomming of my plants. The backyard is going fucking insane. The orange blaze maize, the blaze which is the biggest of the lot, is at the fence line, and I can't move it from where it is now to anywhere lower. I don't know how big the main cola is going to be, but from rough calculations of looking at Dutch Passion, because that's what the seeds are, the Dutch Passion orange it's like orange tangerine punch or something like that, banana blaze, and auto mesa, so orange blaze maize. And according to them, the mesa, which is the middle strain, they're between 14 to 16 weeks, so they've only got a few more weeks left on them. Be ready by about the 5th of August, because they're autos, they're just a timer, so 14 weeks, 15 weeks from planting that seed, you will be at cropping time. Anything past that and the plant's basically just dying. There are some variations within reason, I guess, of temperature and climate and whatever, but with autos you don't want to plant them early, you want to plant them kind of in the height of summer. So the last orange seed that I had has failed completely to germinate, so I just have blaze maize. The second auto mesa that I planted, a slug lovingly came and ate the fucking top of it, so I've decided that I've got an empty pot and I've got another empty pot which is almost finished with the chard. The lettuce has all been picked and eaten, and there's just a couple of chard plants left in there. I'm going to stick the guava and the Lucky 7 into those two pots, and then grow them out in pots for Growmaster Yoda for that video series that I'm doing for him. And then next year I'll do a proper grow with them where I plant them at the same time as my plants, and hopefully raise up some big plants, and I'll plant a few more than just one of each of the strains, because it's a little bit, though they're photoperiods, it's you still can plant them now, and still got plenty of time to plant autos. They just won't get very big. Sorry, not autos, photoperids. They'll get as big as they can get in the time frame that they have, but the closer it gets to mid-August, the shorter the plant will be, because it won't have the vegging time, and it'll just go into flower. A couple of my plants, so I think in total 4, 5, maybe 6 of the total of the plants that I have planted of my strain have shown through auto flower tendencies. I think there might be something in it. No worries. Cheers. Sneaky fucking vehicles riding up behind me. I wasn't expecting that, I didn't fucking hear them. Yeah, anyway, so showing through some auto tendencies, doing their due. From the garden I decided not to kill it, and I'm just going to let that grow out into a couple of buds. You can check him behind me now. Anyway, grow into a couple of fairish sized buds, I hope, and they're fucking coming back. Right, in a bit. They fucked off, so I decided to go a bit further. There's these bikers who ride around with these massive ass fucking tyres, almost like, I don't know, like 3-inch wide tyres. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but anyway, each to their own. Yeah, so I'll let that grow out into some little bud to have a taste of while I wait for the autos. I cropped the little wild thing, and I dried it out, and I put it through curing. When it's just like that small, it dries out so fucking fast. It's in about 3 days it had dried out, so nowhere close to like a slow 2-week dry, but there's nothing you can really do about it because it was so tiny. And then put it in a jar with a humidity pack, and but for a few days smoked that. It was okay for what it was. Nothing to really sing about, but when you have nothing and you have a taste, it's quite nice. So we'll let the rescued one grow out, and then hopefully by about first couple of weeks of August I will have chopped the autos, and they will go in the cardboard box with the Cloud Series AC Affinity fan to do a slow dry, and we'll see what weight we get off them. I don't know whether to weigh them or not. I haven't really weighed anything before. For the sake of it I might weigh it, but really it's about filling jars. I need to fill all of my jars to the top, and hopefully have enough from the outdoor stuff to fill extra jars. I've been having some kind of thoughts about what it is that I'm going to do with the breeding for next season. I'm thinking that I might do the Erdepert first, because the Erdepert is a really strong mold resistant strain. It can take an absolute beating. I'm very happy to have those genetics, because they're grown up in like the Swiss Alps or some shit like that, so they can take the cold and they can take the rain and they can take a beating. So I think in a sensible way it's probably going to be the best strain to breed out first. They grow quite nice buds. It's like a pinky purple type bud. I don't know if you have seen Erdepert. I'm going to put a picture up of it and show you what it looks like. It's quite a pretty plant, because the problem is I can't really grow. I don't want to risk running them outdoors and them getting found or destroyed, because it's a lot of money to lose, because I'll plant all of them and let them all just grow, and then let them all breed, and then have a load of plants absolutely ram jam full of seeds, which I can then put in to my collection, my genetic collection of that, pick out the prettiest and loveliest seeds for further breeding. And if, say, I plant out all of the breeding strains and one patch gets found or destroyed, I've lost it all. So the safest place to do it is in the backyard. So I've got 12 seeds, so I'll grow 12 plants in the backyard, grow them all together and let them do their thing, and film the process as they breed. And then once I've got plants and plants worth of seeds, like tens of thousands of seeds, and they're all their own genetics, and what it means is that if I'm doing that, I can't grow autos in the backyard, because they'll all get pollinated. We'll grow seeds in them, so it's not really particularly grand to have autos for smoking full of seed. They can still completely and utterly smoke plants which have been fertilized in growing seeds. It still has the calyxes covered in the trichromes, and the trichromes is what contains the stuff that we are after. So yeah, it just is a pain in the arse to extract the seeds, and if you are doing breeding, you want to do exactly the same with the plants as you would do with it being sensi. You'd do exactly the same thing. So you'd dry them, cure them, and then when you crumble them all down, like I showed in a previous video, on the plate, crumble it down on the plate and shake the plate, and the seeds will come rolling out, leaving all the calyx matter behind. And then once you have extracted all of the seeds and the undeveloped seeds, you can then either choose to make it into hash, or you can just smoke it as it is. It's not any less potent by any stretch of the imagination. The plant doesn't go, oh, do you know what, I'm not going to make fucking potent trichromes anymore because I've got seeds. I'm pretty certain it's kind of the opposite, because those trichromes, they're sticky for a reason. And when bugs and shit come to try and take the seeds or hurt the seeds or whatever, as they do, they will ultimately, stick the bugs together. So I don't see, it's just kind of a bit like the same theory goes with chilies. If you are a chili breeder and you want to breed a real fucking hot chili, a technique that you can use is to take a pin and stab some of the chilies on the plant with a pin to cause those pods to go bad, and the plant will make a defensive move of increasing the capsaicin level in the other pods in order to defend its life, because ultimately these plants are trying to survive, and in order to survive they need to make a next generation, which is why if you grow a plant for such a long time, it will start to hermy, because it wants to reproduce. So it will go, fuck, there's no males, none of the calyxes have seeds in, I'm completely barren, I'll make my own pollen and pollinate myself so I can survive. And it is a way to make feminized seeds, because a female plant's pollen will be female. It's kind of like the less chemically induced way, but it takes a lot longer to do, and it's also just bad genetics as well. Even though the plant's managed to survive, it's bred with itself, and the plants that come out of it, the seeds, though it might survive, have a higher tendency to hermy, just because of the nature of how it's been bred. It's trying to survive in a way that is like a last-ditched effort to survive. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for next year. How well that goes is a matter of circumstance, shall we say, because well, I'm not in control of the shit that's fucking going on in the world. I can only make it goes a little bit like this. You have to answer for yourself. No one else here is going to be there beside you to answer for you. Just you and you alone for your actions. So likewise in the situation, it's kind of if you want a test, and there hasn't been a test for some time, and That's what God's doing. He's doing a test. See who is willing to stand and who is willing to bow. And so yeah, so it's super fun times on that one. So whatever happens is going to happen, and it's out of my control, it's out of your control, it's out of everyone else's control. So whether or not there'll be videos, I don't know, but it's not going to stop me from growing. I will still grow no matter what the situation is, and there'll be a higher primary function and focus on growing food. I've got plenty of store of food, but you know, if I get chased out of my house, it's a bit fucking hard to carry like 80 kilograms of rice. It's a bit fucking hard to carry 50 kg of pasta. It's a bit fucking hard to carry like 40 tins of beans and tomatoes and all the other assorted stuff that I've been collecting, because yeah, when it all happens, see, you panic buy when no one else is panic buying. That's the name of the game. Just because the shelves have food on them doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. I mean, it's going to fucking stay that way at all. And yeah, so boy, it's like, I don't know, I'm getting to the point now where I just can't be asked to listen to any of these fucking people anymore. It's like just constant, oh yeah man, if we all gather together and go on a fucking march. Yeah, okay, now that's a group effort altogether, but systematically the society and the communities have been fucking annihilated in this country. I don't know half of the fucking people in my town like I used to. My town is a different place to what it was when I grew up. There's strangers from all different lands all the fuck around me now. Whereas before, like, I still see faces that I recognise from days gone by, but now it's different. It's like half the fucking time I don't even hear English being spoken, and when I do, it's with a foreign accent. It is what it is. It's the confusing of the nations. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Jam them all up together, make them lose their identity, make them lose their community, and then they'll war with each other. And ultimately, that's what is going to happen. So, whoever's listening to this needs to make, I guess, decisions over what it is that they're going to do on a personal level. I myself, I find it hard to understand. I find this hard to understand. Like I said before about the primary crime scene and the secondary crime scene. If you are not willing to give everything that you have at the primary crime scene, the mouth of fucking hell is going to open up on you at the secondary crime scene. Now, just because you've seen in videos and movies and historical events of people surviving a secondary crime scene, those people make up like 0.001%. So let's take, for example, a concentration camp. Now, I'm not talking about those fun fucking concentration camps, but concentration camps of, well, those people, they get executed, they get starved, and they die. the people right at the end, at the liberation. But in this stage, I guess we're going to be first. So I'm going to make it out of that shit. So I personally myself will never fucking never will I be a slave. And this is the way it works. It works in this way. A slave literally is the most cowardly of all men, because they have given up everything to the slave master. If you, of your own volition, decide that you are going to let someone take things from you, including your life, then you have given up. It is by far better to die free than live as a slave, by all fucking accounts. All fucking accounts. So you'll have to make a call, as I have made a call, that should people come and knocking, we're not going to be going with them. We're going to be going out, and we'll be taking them with us. And if we don't escape, because there's a higher chance of escaping at the primary crime scene than there is at the fucking secondary crime scene, can tell you that much. This isn't fucking ninjas going off on one. This is criminology that I'm talking about. This is crime scenes. This is like studies and studies and studies on murders, and this is coming from people. It's coming from criminologists. The study of crime, why people do what they do. And in the case of murders, abductions, and all the rest of it, the secondary crime scene is where it all happens. The primary crime scene is not, because they want to take you away from the primary crime scene, where you are the most likely to survive. So, should that happen, and I escape, then I'll be in a position where potentially I could have nothing but what I'm wearing. Possibilities of returning to collect stuff, but we'll see how it all goes down. They've already started like pinning people down and sticking them with this fucking shit. And once you're done with it, that's it. You're done. But each to their own. Everyone is free to make their own decisions until you're not free to make your own decisions, and then we have a problem. And horns clash, shall we say, because the people who then were so willing to go out of their way to take this shit have then forced me out of my freedom, of my ability to make my own choice, because they have willingly taken part in something that is going to cause me problems, and then having caused me problems, well, they kind of become my fucking enemy. It's like, people are gonna do what they're fucking gonna do. And they'll do what they're gonna do, that's for sure. I will be who I am. You go be who you are. Leave me the fuck alone. And I'll leave you the fuck alone. It's quite simple. We can live in peace as long as you don't come and tread on my fucking life and my liberty and my freedom. Anyway, that's a walker. So I'll in a bit. To adjust this again. Readjust it. Yeah, so liberties. Yeah, each person will have to make their own decision on that matter. But, hey, well, they passed a vote to say they're going to make it mandatory for health workers and such to keep their jobs. We'll have to have it. So all I can say is that they're gonna become a nightmare, and be a rebel and counted amongst the rebels. That's for sure. So I will not be bending and bowing to no man. Again, I have not one fucking time put a mask upon my face, other than to make a video to show to someone as vaping that it does nothing. Nowhere have I worn one of those pieces of shit on my face. I am in no way am I responsible for all of that fucking pollution, because I have not taken part in any of that shit. I have not stopped doing everything that I would normally do throughout the entirety of this. And there were some fun times. Some fun fucking times. I think some of the more interesting times, and I saw Yoda did a video of him driving. I didn't personally myself, but there was some fun times where I was driving around on the motorway, and I was literally the only fucking car on the entirety of the motorway, both sides. It's going, well, if this doesn't look like a fucking apocalyptic world, I don't know what the fuck does. It was surreal, but highly enjoyable. I mean, like, going around the place was super fucking easy, because whilst everyone was shutting themselves up indoors, I was just going, okay. So getting around places was fine. I think I queued up outside of a shop maybe 5 times in the total of this, but there was no escaping that. There was an inability to be able to escape that. However, when I saw lines, I'd be like, fuck this shit. Before all of that happened, I was already stockpiling. Not fucking toilet paper, because I'm not fucking retard. Useful shit like powdered milk, like long life meats, protein, dry goods, ammunition, weapons, water filtration, shelter, fire and cooking. I have updated some of my cooking stuff as well. So what was really quite good is Black's, the outdoor shop, or whatever the fuck it is, the outdoor specialist. Those guys have a sale on, like, fucking all the time do they have a sale on, going out of business sale. So they were selling fucking, what is it called, camp gas, or I think that's what it's called. They make cookers and shit, and they have cans of gas. So they were selling their cookers for like 15 quid from 35 quid, and they were selling buy one get one free on cans of gas for £5. So we bought a couple of bags of gas and we bought a cooker. So I've got a cooker which I can use for like an oven cooker, which can be fueled by wood, and I've got a cooker which cooks with gas. So I've also got water butts. I have got military, you know, the black military jerry cans, water jerry cans. I've got them. I've got water filtration tablets. I've got water filters. I've got enough water to last me and mine for 3 years. I've got fucking toothbrushes. I've got clothes. I am prepared, but I'm also prepared that all of that might be gone. I have the ability to defend that all, because I am most definitely not fucking around. Part of the thing, I don't want to really call it awakening, but having my eyes open, part of that was this understanding that shit was coming fairly soon, and I am, to be honest with you, surprised how soon it's come, because literally it's like maybe a year, 2 years before my very first video is when I started preparing. So I've been at this for a while, though a lot of it I haven't said anything in videos because at that point in time I think I would have seemed much more like a fucking lunatic than I do already. Granted. But hey, bird gummer, when you need it and you don't have it, you sing a very fucking different tune. A very fucking different tune. But hey ho, 'tis what it is. 'Tis what it is. And we will carry on doing our thing until we draw our last breath. But I am debating whether or not I fucking continue on YouTube. I might just sack YouTube off and put up a video saying fuck YouTube, and just go over to Odyssey and load up my stuff over there, because like I said, I never did this for subscribers. I never did this for fame and fortune. It's just how I document my growth. These are my little vlogs, my little talks about random shit that my kids can listen back to. I have it all hard saved onto hard drives. So with Odyssey, at least, it can't be deleted and removed like YouTube, because it exists on a blockchain. But surprisingly enough, everyone thinks, oh, that's a fucking enslavement. Fucking enslavement, is it? Okay. Everything is determined like a blockchain. Your whole fucking life is a blockchain. It's always been a blockchain. You're built upon your previous step in life. So, anyway, I call fucking everything slavery if you really want to. It's, yeah. Super fucking fun times in the earth today, huh? Super fucking fun times. There's some quite critical stuff going on, really. Like, for example, Lebanon, in Beirut, where that explosion took place at the port. That's destroyed Lebanon. Lebanon is fucked. Entirely fucked. That port is significant. It's a fucking significant port. Surprisingly enough, information that they don't like you knowing is the significance of locations. There is a reason why Gibraltar is fought over. There is a reason why the Bosphorus Straits, the Black Sea, the South China Sea, these places are of strategic importance, because you can't get through locations without passing through them, not unless you want to be crushed or lose whatever it is that you're transporting. They are critical. And things like the Panama Canal and whatever the other one is, those they are critical infrastructure that's been built. So when you see these things coming under attack and dispute, shit's going on. And surprisingly enough, South Africa is like one of those places too. And that place, South Africa, is, well, it ceased to be. It ceased to be in a matter of days. Yeah, they've fucking looted everything. They've fucking stolen coffins from funeral homes. Solar panels off the fucking side of, even fucking stealing the animals out of the fields. Anything, fucking anything. They'll steal the fucking bricks off of a wall because it is, well, because they fucking want it. So it won't be too long before they start coming out and complaining, we've got no food, we've got no medicine, we've got no running water, we've got no... It's like, well, you fucking destroyed it all. Took what wasn't yours. Hey fucking ho. So Lebanon is fucked, which opens up all sorts of super fun, interesting times. South Africa is fucked. We've been lovingly importing many a friendly face who would do the very same thing to South Africa as South Africa still would here. So yeah, peace, love and unity, guys. Peace, love and fucking unity. Remember, we was kangs. We did invent all fucking society. Well. Fucking well. So anyway, I don't know whether I can be bothered to continue with YouTube. I might just sack this shit off because it's just more fucking frustration than not. I got another instant fucking what the fuck it's called, age restriction on the ganja gardening. I didn't like that one for some reason. They didn't really say anything in it, but nonetheless, apparently that's not safe for kids, but showing kids LGBT shit is perfectly fine. So I don't really know whether I want to support YouTube, these wankers, anymore. Like I was saying, I'll go fucking somewhere else. Doesn't matter to me. You want to come over to Odyssey and watch, come over to Odyssey and watch. Don't want to do that, don't do it. But I can't, honestly, I see your guys' videos pop up. Age restricted. Maybe I'll show you some of this and then you can see for yourself what I see when I click onto your videos. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to supply fucking YouTube, surprisingly enough, with any information about who I am. I know that they can figure it out by all sorts of ways and means, but they'll have to fucking go through those ways and means to figure it out. And since I'm not really overly that much of a critical person for them to require to find me, I don't think they're going to go to all that expense, because it is expensive to do it. It costs money to do these types of things. It takes man hours and whatever to go through stuff, but I salt the fuck out of everything. Like, I think on here, yeah, I'm born on whatever the very oldest possible date is. I think I got a message saying happy 101th birthday or some shit like that. Obviously I'm not going to fucking tell you who I am. I fucking think I'm mad. I'm fucking mad. No fucking chance. I don't have Facebook. I don't have YouTube. I have YouTube. I don't have Twitter. I don't have TikTok. I don't have any of it. None at all. I had a long time ago MySpace, but MySpace no longer exists because Facebook took it over. I had Facebook, and when I realised what Facebook was, I salted all of my data, and then I realised that you can't actually use Facebook if you salt your data, because it renders it all fucking useless. So I was just like, well, what the fuck is the point of this, and just deleted it. And I deleted that years ago. So though they can pull up old things and you can't truly delete anything from the internet, it'll still be a bit of a pain in the arse to try and re-establish all of that. And I went through and I deleted all of the images, deleted everything that I had on there individually, and then deleted the whole thing. So double delete, if you will, to add to that super fun times of searching for me. And that's the way it is. I don't have any fucking interest in any of the other, in giving anyone any information about me. I literally give my actual information only when I absolutely fucking have to, and have absolutely no choice about the matter. Like, for example, a driver's license. And that's literally it. I would not give my data out freely at fucking all. So because of that, it kind of is rendering YouTube slightly fucking useless to me. And the more people that continue uploading onto YouTube rather than places like Odyssey, the less information there is, because all of this age restriction shit is a withholding of information and tracking who you are. And if you are foolish enough to give them your details, then just bear in mind, should they want to come looking for you, then they will be able to come looking for you. And surprisingly enough, what I'm doing, though I now have a very, very powerful mitigating circumstance, can still land me in prison for many, many years. And if you are following along in this, you best be prepared that you can also, you can also serve many, many years in prison for doing this. And especially some of the guys that are growing massive amounts, you'll have a very difficult time trying to say that is for personal consumption. And that's the only real mitigating circumstance that you have outside of having a medical condition where you can actually have a CAN card, and you can, technically it's still illegal to grow anything, even hemp, which has no THC, it's still illegal to grow it. All they did is they changed the Humane Medicines Act to allow cannabis to be used as a medicine, specifically CBD, and then they allowed medical patients for THC, but only under medical conditions and under, you have to have a medical condition to be able to have THC. So growing the plants is still a crime. So, just because you're seeing people on this piece of shit platform growing doesn't mean that it's legal by any stretch of the imagination. And if you get caught with it, you will still find yourself in trouble. So yeah. But anyway, the situation is that really I cannot find information anymore on YouTube outside of other activities, creative things that I do, various different crafting type stuff. I can find that information, but even some of that is starting to become age restricted. So I really see no point in really fucking continuing here, to be honest with you. Seems like a waste of my time, because if 90% of my videos are age restricted and are causing people to foolishly give up their IDs to YouTube, which is Alphabet, which is Google, which is BlackRock, which is them, the power that controls and runs the financial system. You run the finances, you run the world, those guys. And I'm not doing much good, and I'm actually aiding in people's downfall, which I was never intending to do. Intending to place a stumbling block in front of my brother. So I don't know. If I get another ping, if I get another age restriction ping, then I think that'll be me done on YouTube. I'll leave the channel up, depending on circumstances, because if I delete my email, it deletes my YouTube. I mean, I can ultimately change the email address to something else, like fuck YouTube, fuckalphabet@gmail.com, something like that, and delete my email and use a different email company. Proton apparently is not fucking secure, and was actually created by fucking ex-members of CIA or some shit like that. But I'll figure something out. But yeah, I might just stick on Odyssey and just go over there. And to be honest with you, I very much doubt there's many people who really get to this stage of the video, in all honesty. So I will count you as people who watch these videos to the end, as people who are actually interested, and it's for you, I guess, in some way, shape or form. But yeah, I might just do that, because at least on Odyssey, not that I particularly care about actually getting anything, but by default I get something from Odyssey, which I don't from YouTube. YouTube gives me fucking nothing, and I'll never well, very much considering never continuing on YouTube, but I would never monetize the channel, which they dislike that when you don't monetize shit, because they make no revenue off of it. But YouTube was never about making money in the first place. It was just about people being able to put their own videos up. And that's why every single person who joins YouTube is given a channel where they can upload videos themselves. But yeah. But yes. And watch the destruction continue. The collapse of everything. And then the wankers come around. When the fucktards come around. Better be a runner. I need to fucking secure this chewing gum. I've got loose chewing gum in my pocket. It's starting to go a bit fucking nasty. It's not a good thing to happen. But yeah, anyway, I'll put out the backyarding video towards the end of the week and show you what is a guan. And yeah, until next time, UKFN Ninja. See you all later.